Hi there, Mickey Kazemba here with SciTech Northland. Today's video is going to focus on showing you just how powerful Business Center Heavy Civil Edition is as a takeoff and estimating software. My aim is not to show you a step-by-step workflow, but rather to show you the efficiency and accuracy that can be gained by using Business Center. With that, let's begin. Every takeoff begins with a grading plan, much like the one seen here. Whether you currently conduct takeoffs by hand or use digitizer-based systems, you spend way too much time staring at these plans. Where estimators previously had to trace in and digitize each grading plan line by line and project by project, Business Center saves you time by allowing you to extract vector data at the click of a button. No more tracing, no more digitizer boards, just quick, automatic vector data. One thing to note about vector data is that though it saves us time on the front end, it always comes in as two-dimensional line work, as seen here in this 3D view. All those contours are completely flat. It is our job to bring those lines up to elevation so that we can create a 3D model from it. Business Center provides many tools to help make this data preparation process quick and easy. You can see here, I'll simply select a line, type in its elevation, and that line, that contour, has now been elevated. Once I establish a couple of baselines on this hillside, I can use a command called contours by crossing to actually extrapolate that contour interval and direction to elevate the remaining contours on this hillside. With a few clicks of the button, I can go from flat contours to a fully three-dimensional hillside. Applying some of our other tools, we can very quickly go from this to a fully 3D job site, complete with a building pad, a sidewalk line, as well as a parking lot, all at precise elevations. Once we've elevated all of our line work, Business Center creates three-dimensional renderings of what our project will look like from a design standpoint as well as from an original ground standpoint, seen here. These 3D visualization tools allow the user unparalleled insight into what the project looks like currently and what it will look like at the end of work. To this point, we have designed our job site to finish grade elevations. However, as a contractor, you don't dig to finish grade, you dig to subgrade. So what we need to account for are our subgrade adjustments on site. And I'm going to do that now. You can see here over on the right-hand side, I've got a building pad subgrade adjustment I'm going to apply to the location of my building pad. I can then go through and select things like sidewalks and apply a subgrade adjustment for my sidewalks, as well as for my heavy-duty asphalt in my parking lot, and then finally topsoil and sod replacements for our green spaces. Once my map is colored in like this, I simply need to rebuild my takeoff surfaces. And now in our 3D view, we have a three-dimensional rendering of what subgrade is going to look like on our project. These hold downs can change and vary from job to job and can be specified at your preference in what's called the Material and Site Improvement Manager. Now that we've created three-dimensional models for our finish grade, our subgrade, as well as our original ground, it's time to run our takeoff report. Our takeoff report is what displays our cut, fill, and excess and deficit volumes for our general excavation seen here. In this case, we've got a cut of 5,142 yards, a fill of 346 yards, leaving us with an excess of 4,795 yards of material on site. This takeoff report also gives you detailed information on topsoil stripping and topsoil handling, as well as material volumes required for our different subgrade adjustments. including how much concrete, base material, or how much of a sand cushion we might need under our building pad and any pavement area on site. This takeoff report is an extensive summary of what will be needed to complete our job, and it will be highly useful for putting together an accurate bid. This concludes our video example. I'm going to leave you with a few questions. How much time do you think you could save, and how much more accurate could your takeoffs be by not having to pore over plans, calculating volumes manually? How much more accurate would your bids be if you knew exactly how much material would be needed to complete the project? Finally, how much more profitable would your company be if you were winning more bids with tighter quantities? I hope you've all seen how Business Center Heavy Civil Edition can help you to transform the way you bid and estimate your projects. If using Business Center is of interest to you, or if you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, and have a great day.